restless. I'm a mess, but it's all a finesse. Boy, you stop it quiet. If it's new, I done got it. See my jewels, shining, white diamonds, Miley Cyrus, private jet, private pilot. Look at me, stylish, masterpiece, body, young. Hey, I don't know no better. I'm on this every day. You cannot run with me, boy. I'm a heavyweight.
All in all, we have a pretty pleasant December day in the Volunteer State. The chilly rain from last night has moved on. The temps have bumped up a bit here at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. This crowd here fired up for football as a moment ago their Titans were introduced. This should be a good one as the Titans get set to match up with the Detroit Lions. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. First carry for DeAndre Swift. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
On first down, gone. Got his man. That's Tyrell Williams. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That's good for 28 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Titans' 36-yard line.
2nd and 11 now. There's gone. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Third and long. It's gone. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And no return here. This one's going inside the 15 to the 12-yard line.
At their own 12-yard line.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
On On second down now, it's Henry, and he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide, and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. They'll toss it to Henry. Shoves him aside. And he's only able to work this from the 8 to the 10 for a pickup of 2.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
On 3rd down, Henry. And he's going to come up well shy of the first here as the tackle's made right around the 12.
The tackle made.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. They'll run it for the first time with Williams. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line.
The ball carrier.
Kevin Byard up to make the tackle.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
2nd and 8 coming up. From the gun, here's Goff. He'll find Swift out of the backfield. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent.
And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down. So now factoring in the face mask, here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Goff. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Tyrell Williams was the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. A shotgun snap for Goff. Got an open man, it's Ratley. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. 16 yards, a first down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. They run out of the gun with Swift. It showed some tough running, but they'll drop him at the 5-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, we should have touched the ball last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. They'll try and run here with Swift. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a fourth down.
Gain on the play. It's now fourth down.
Now the Lions, they send out the field goal unit here. This will be just a 21-yard attempt. We're scoreless after one. The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They go ahead and snap it. Gone. Looking for Hockenson, and he's got him. Touchdown, Detroit.
To T.J. Hockenson.
T.J. Hockenson, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Well, we had the scoreless first quarter of play. We sure didn't have to wait long into the second quarter to get some action on the scoreboard.
So was the first quarter a feeling out process? I mean, that was an interesting quarter, wasn't it? Because we had some action, we had some good play, just didn't have any points. So now it's game on.
Taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot because I think this team is looking for a new quarterback.
On second down, here's Henry. First down and much more for Henry. Derrick Henry all alone. And they're into the end zone, but it's not verified yet. Hold on, there is a flag down. Brutal, so take away the long touchdown.
It's a cruel game sometimes, partner.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. After the penalty, it's Henry. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus?
At the 33-yard line. 2 yards.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
On second down, it's Henry. The broken tackle, but couldn't create much space. Down just beyond the 35.
At the
4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and about 4 more for first. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down. A toss right to Henry. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
How about that run? Picks up a first down. Note the enthusiasm in my voice. Remember, last week, AFC Offensive Player of the Week. I think he's trying to get another one in the fold.
And you talked, watching film, a lot about his form and just hitting the hole, running north and south, as we like to say. And I think he's been doing that a lot recently.
Squaring those shoulders and getting downhill.
The
Tackle there by Alex Anzalone. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd and 10.
Faking the give, Darnold. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Derrick Henry on the handoff.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Pickup of 3.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
On 2nd down now, it's Henry. And a pretty good run as he'll get this down close to a first at the Lions' 39. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
A loss of 2 yards. It's 4th down.
They'll run for it with Henry. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. Derrick Henry denied here on 4th down. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long. And
that's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions strike quickly here for 6 points. It took them a while to get their speedster involved, but they found him downfield there.
And what we've discovered as we've watched games is the speedster doesn't have to have a lot of catches, doesn't have to have volume in order to have a huge impact on the game. His speed scares the heck out of defenses, and other guys can capitalize, but when you finally hit him and he carries it all the way into the end zone, that's what you're paying him for. That big threat that can make big plays on a limited number of catches.
That's how you step on the stage with your first catch, take it to the house.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. Pushes past him. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Derrick Henry. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. On 2nd down, it's Henry. 20! And he will finally be wrestled down at the Lions' 14-yard line. That one good for 33 and a 1st. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. A 20th carry now for Derrick Henry. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. So we come upon halftime with our score 14-0 as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. The Titans going to get the ball to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back to it on EA Sports. Fielded in the end zone. And the half will begin with a touchback. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there, because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long.
Down and 12.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the third quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
And not his best effort there, as this one's going to be spotted down just outside of the 40-yard line.
44-yard line.
Now a first down throw, gone. That's complete to DeAndre Swift out of the backfield. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. A good pickup there on first as the screen pass gets him 8.
36-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. A quick throw there out to Williams.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
On 3rd down, here comes Swift. DeAndre Swift with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Lions are able to grow their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Taken in the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll run it again with Henry. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
Again, it's Henry. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 37-yard line.
On 2nd down now, it's Henry. And he's not even able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now, there's also a flag down, and it's in the area of holding. Now, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
On 3rd down, Henry. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. A pretty good effort there, 9 yards, but not enough. We'll likely see the punt team now on 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Now they are going for it. Darnold. Open is Swaim, the tight end. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. Now Goff on 1st down. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Now a throw for the left sideline, and he's got it. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown.
Complete to
Jared Goff with his 3rd touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? R-A-C?
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Fielded in the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually. Through an opening, and there he goes. Past the 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Titans. A.J. Brown, 76 yards. And the Titans are able to close the gap just a bit. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They go back to the ground, this time Swift. And he'll get this up only to about the 33.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
And he fires one, but incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Fielded at the 20. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and it'll be Titan football. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Darnold throwing the out route incomplete. That's Brown. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 16 yards, a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Now it's Henry. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. The 20. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Derrick Henry with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Titans are able to cut into that deficit.
For the extra point.
He's been having a great game, and that one right there, his best run so far, and it ends with 6 points.
And not only that, in his mind, what is he thinking? Can I get to 200 yards as well? Because he knows he's closing in on it. He may not know the exact number, but the best runners have a feel of what the yardage is that they're compiling, and he knows that he's getting close to that 200-yard mark now.
On the return, the Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. What was once a really comfortable lead is not so comfortable anymore. Down to a 2-score game after they've seen a pair of touchdowns go against them on those last 2 drives.
Yeah, they've got to find a way to get off of autopilot right now, okay? Get back to what was working for them earlier. Understand that they still have a 2-score lead, so it's not dire, but at the same time, okay, guys, let's mash the gas. Let's get going again. Let's have some fun.
Throwing the out route and complete. That's Williams.
Complete to Tyrell Williams.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Titans. And it's a huge return as he brings us all the way back down to the 15-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the fourth. A first down carry for Henry. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. On the short field as they take it in for 6. And this one through the uprights and good.
Makes the score Lions 28, Titans 21.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Now, Charles, of course, you got to remember, last possession they fumbled. It led to a touchdown. 1-score game here. Got to be careful.
And this is where coaching and training really comes into play, doesn't it? What does everyone say after an error? Next play.
It got his man complete.
You know they pay me extra for this.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
Tyrell Williams.
4 touchdown passes now for Jared Goff. And the Lions add on to their lead. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, get that water break and get on out there and play.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
We got it. Deuce. Red 80. Check. Crunch.
They'll run. It's Henry. And it was the stiff arm there that freed him enough to get the first before he's tackled. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. This is Henry, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
On the tackle.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. On the counter, it's Henry. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
The Titans on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is third down and 12. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up fourth. Well, look at the clock. You're down 2 scores. Have to go for this, don't you?
And they thought that as soon as they took over possession. It didn't matter where they were on the field. They were always going to be in 4-down territory. Backed up, in good situation, it didn't matter. So they've been preparing for that on their play sheet the entire time.
They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. That's to his running back. Complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
They'll run on first down. It's Henry. He lost 9 there. That's really going to set him back for second down.
And when you're trying to set up a counter play, it's what a lot of people call an influence play. You're really hoping those defensive linemen are really agile that day. If they stayed out late the night before the game and they're not moving as fast, it's a lousy call because that means they're just going to sit in the hole that you hope to create just by the movement of your offensive line.
And there they got the ball to the outer third of the field, but tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, things get stacked up in there if they don't move as well as you want them to, and probably just trying to escape and couldn't get away.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on third down. A toss left, Henry. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
Well, they certainly didn't appear to be fired up about their options throwing the football. So, to me, this seems like a case of just kind of taking their medicine there, run the ball, see if they could pick up something. Instead, they were throwing for a loss.
Open man is Cameron Batson. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. So first and 10 now from the 30. Henry. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game.
Second and 7 at the 27-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground. Henry down right around the 25. Now the Titans will use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. On third down, Henry. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up fourth down. And here we go on fourth. Darnold. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Lions will take over. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
Throwing now, Goff. He shakes him off. But now he's swallowed up and taken down. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for Detroit, the win gets them to 5-9 now on the year. And they will head home next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, it's now 14 games without a win, with time running out to try and get one. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.